Hello, how is everybody doing? I'm just doing a quick intro. I haven't podcasted in quite a while. I did record a podcast in December, and now it's like mid-February, so it's been forever. With the holidays, Christmas, New Year's, and then a plague descending on my house, it's been kind of difficult to balance work and family. So podcasting I'm sorry, just fell a little bit, but I'm excited to be back. So what I'm going to do now is I wasn't going to show you guys the episode that I did in December because it's like forever ago. However, I went through everything I was knitting at that time, and I went through most of my Christmas gifts that I was knitting. And so a lot of the things that I showed on the show are no longer with me. They have been regifted to new homes. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys. Sorry I'm not the perkiest. I was starting to get sick. But bear with the episode, and then I'm going to come back and record a new episode. So hopefully, we'll bang out a few weeks in a row, and we'll get back on track. I hope everybody had a lovely holiday season, even though it's super old, long time ago, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you guys celebrate or don't celebrate. I just hope you guys enjoyed time with your family and everybody's getting back into the swing of things. I'm sure everybody more quickly than I. And I don't know, just excited for the new year, 2015. 2014 was great, started Indie String, and I'm excited to see what happens next year or this year. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome to episode 44 of the Indie String podcast. I'm your host, Kay, also known as Indie String on the interwebs everywhere, Instagram, on Facebook, and Ravelry. So come on and join my Facebook page or friend me on Instagram, join the group on Ravelry, and let's see what each other is doing and knitting. How are you guys blah, blah, blah. Can you tell I've worked all day? How has your 2 weeks been? I've really missed you guys, like always. I feel like it's always forever in between my podcasts when it's about 2 weeks. So I hope you've been doing really great. I know this season is just super crazy for everybody, all the holidays are upon us in full force, and at work, it seems like it's the end of the year wrap up. Everybody's going on vacations, and at least where I work, people seem a bit stressed out lately, so I'm hoping that it all starts to calm down in the next few weeks and we can, go into the holiday season fully prepared. Good luck on that. I'm usually way more prepared than I am right now. I feel completely unprepared and totally disorganized, so I'm going to probably try to take the next week to get I celebrate Christmas completely wrapped up. So let's get on to what I have been knitting. So we're going to start with the Tanqueray by Baby Cocktails. This is a sweater knit in pieces. It is a pullover. And so the last time I recorded, I was down here. I've only knit a few inches, 4 inches maybe on the back. I have started the, I got something on it. Oh, okay. I have started the armhole decreases here, and so I don't have that much more to go on the back. And what really has been stopping me has been that I need another ball of yarn. So I need to go ahead and wind something up. And isn't that sad that that's what's stopping me? For realsio, it is. So now that I'm upstairs and it's upstairs, I will probably wind it after the podcast and get going on this again. It is an enjoyable knit. I have some qualms with the pattern, which I've talked about several episodes ago. And mainly it's that it is not formatted in the same way. I've knit, I don't know, 12 to 15 sweaters now. And I know how to do shaping for my body, and it's not actually adjusting the pattern to fit my size. It is, some parts of the pattern are super vague and other parts are redundant. And so what I tend to do for me is I tend to, I tend to question the redundant parts because other parts are vague. Does that make sense? So I would definitely consider this an intermediate pattern, not because the pattern itself is hard or the sweater is a super complicated sweater, but just because of the pattern itself. She is a pretty prolific designer, and she has lots of sweater patterns. This is the first one I've tried by her, and I always think it's just me, right? You know, oh, maybe I am the only one, but I can't be the only one. I think she has a definite style to the way she writes, and she is not a designer that will put every single thing down. Some things she just expects you to know and expects you to intuitively do. Not all designers are like that, so I'm starting to get the hang of her pattern, and so I've knit the 2 sleeves. I'm almost done with the back. I keep on saying that right, but I keep on stalling on the back, and then I'll have the front to do, and then I can piece it. And you know, it can be like my other sweater that's in pieces sitting like right over there that I haven't touched. Oops. Okay. Oh, my swatch. So what else have I been knitting? I have also been knitting in my Christmas bag the start of a mitt, fingerless mitt. And so what I've mainly been doing since I talked to you guys is I have a heap of finished objects, but I created a fingerless mitt pattern, and I am actually knitting this out of yarn that I dyed. And before my yarn was milled for me, it took a while to get the fiber to the mill and then the mill to spin it. What I did in the meantime is I basically dyed some blanks. This is just a merino in a worsted. And this is kind of like a rosy color. It's coming out a bit blue tone on my camera, but it's not that in real life. The blue tone is actually gray in real life. So I have about 10 skeins of this, and they are all one-off, one-of-kind colorways. And so I didn't know what to do with them. I could have knit a blanket, but I'm going to be super honest with you. I am terrified to knit a blanket out of non-superwash yarn. It's just one of those things for me. I have 2 dogs and a kid that's 6, and it's just like I wash blankets all the time. I'm consistently washing blankets. There's a pink eye thing, there's this, there's that, and the dogs get everything dirty and they smell, and so I really don't want anything that I can't throw in the washer. So the blanket was out, and so not all of the yarns are super complementary, so I couldn't really do a gradient like sweater, and I had too much. So I decided that I would go ahead and start knitting, and I am probably going to sell the finished mitts. And so here's the start of one. This is Kayla had a horrible headache last night, so I only got that much done on this mitt. But let's look at the other ones that I've already done. And so these just have to have the ends woven in and blocked. I've been waiting until I finished an entire ball so I can block them together to make sure the mitts are exactly the same. But I'm going to try this on. So this is one of the finished mitts. And out of a ball of yarn, I can get 3. So you're going to see what I'm doing with those. So now I got yarns everywhere. So these are just fingerless mitts that go up halfway. These haven't been blocked, so some of the wonkiness that you see will fall out of it, but this is my dyed yarn. Oh man, the camera's killing me. So they're nice. They're about the right, for me, they're the right height. They are extremely comfortable. Really nice to break down. So after I get off tonight, I'm going to weave in the ends and I'm going to put them in a soak. I can knit one of these pretty quickly. It is going well, and I really like the finished object. So since I can knit 3 out of a skein, my first set that I did was out of this gray color. That looks very blue. It's like a bluish gray. So what I did is I made mismatches. So I have mismatching colorways to put together, and so I thought that would be fun. I know, like, my preteen cousins or nieces, and so my preteen nieces, and I have a teenage niece, love stuff that's matched like this. That's the same mitten, but two different colors. So I thought that would be a really cool idea to do. My first prototype will also be for sale, but these are very different. Well, I shouldn't say very different, but they are somewhat different than the changes that I made to the pattern at the end. They are much higher up here, and the cuffs are different, and there's other little changes that I made to make them easier. Basically, why I didn't make everyone this high is that it's just like a little too high. You know, when you're looking at a mitt pattern, or when I'm looking at a mitt pattern, I'm looking at a fingerless mitt. At this point, I would have already started decreasing to if I was going to do a full mitt. And really, in a fingerless mitt, I always look that I can bend my fingers on the top edge of this. So some people might really like an extra long hand and cuff. That's where I like an extra long one is seriously if I was going to use these for driving a lot, to actually wrap all the way around my steering wheel when I grab it, is usually where I'm looking for like just a little extra length. And I would say these are about a half an inch too long. So there's a pair of these as well. So I will get the other one done in a day or two, and I will send them off to be listed in the shop. And so we'll have 3 pairs available, and we'll see how it goes. If you guys like them, then I can make more pairs. I have lots of colors, lots of complementary colors. But I thought I would start with a really neutral gray and then a really great mauve pink. I love the pink color. So that's mainly what I've been knitting. They're super mindless. They're great. They go pretty quick. And had I finished my Christmas knitting? Should I probably be Christmas knitting? You know how that is, right? I totally don't want to do what you're supposed to be doing. Speaking of finishing, I have a lot of finishing to do. I think I totally postpone it until that's the only thing I have left. All right, so what else have I finished? And I'm looking over to the side because my iPad is there, and I want to get the name of these patterns right and the designers. So I knit Bluette, I think, by Bonnie Sinoit. I'm totally massacring that. I know I'm awful at names. And I knit this out of leftovers. So this is half the cowl, and I just have to weave in the ends. I blocked it. And I knit this out of Becoming Art and her agave worsted. And they're 2 different colorways. But you get the idea of the pattern. It is very pretty. I like this pattern. It was easily memorizable. And I busted it out relatively quickly. So I think I am going to, if you look at it, you can wrap it around twice. It's about the perfect length. I actually really like this length. It would fit nicely under a coat, or you can wrap it twice and it will be nice and warm. I'm pretty sure this is going to go to my daughter's kitty garden teacher for the holidays, for her holiday present. And the colors are just, I don't know, I like this colorway. The variegated colorway is called Magic on the Mountain. And then the border, which is a very dark purple that matches some of the purple tones, is called Dusk. It's either called Dusk or Dawn. Can't remember right now. The last time I looked in her shop, none of them were available. She's been kind of sparsely have items in her shop lately, so I would look on a D-Stash if you really love them and need to have them. So I finished that up. That was great. And then I also finished and blocked the Downton Cowl by Shannon Cook. And I showed this to you guys last time. I think I had the knitting done, but I hadn't blocked it. So I went ahead and blocked it. And it did open up nicely. And it is very, I don't know, I think it looks like trees. The camera is really, really washing this out. It is a very much a rich green.
and a wonderful brown color. And I think they look like little treetops. So this one came out much smaller. If I was to do it again, and I wanted it a little bit bigger, I would probably go up a needle size. So I'm a tighter knitter, and I'm thinking that this designer is probably a looser knitter. Now, it's a cowl. I totally didn't check gauge. This is completely on me and not on the designer. I should have checked my gauge, and I should have verified that I was getting correct gauge. I knit it tighter than the pattern called for. I am a tight knitter, so I should have probably gone up a needle size. When I was knitting it and I put it on, it was super tight on my neck. But now with blocking, it stands out nicely. See, it's about perfect for a tight cowl. And it comes up in a nice, it comes all the way up. What is nice about this cowl, I don't have any cowls for myself that are this size, is that it very much protects your whole neck, and it's very sturdy. Because I knit at a tight gauge, the stocking, it really allows itself to stand up. It's not very drapey, but this is a good application for that. This is out of a discounted Pigeon Roof. She doesn't carry this yarn anymore. I'm like a discounted queen lately. Oh, you like this yarn? It's discounted. It's discounted. You can't get it. Sorry. I feel awful when you guys see stuff. And what if you like it and you can't get it? Guess you're just going to have to buy indie string. Ah! Crack myself up. Okay. So this is done. Ends need to be woven in. It's got no final recipe yet. I just got a brown coat for winter, so it might be mine. I haven't decided. Okay. And that's all my finished objects. Not bad. The next thing I want to talk about is kind of a finished object, but I didn't knit it. So, holiday traditions. I come from a relatively large family, and I think that it's large because, in retrospect, my husband's family is significantly smaller than mine. I have 3 sisters, a wonderful mother and father. Of them, they all have siblings. Those siblings are all married and also have kids. So Christmas was a significant family holiday for us, in which we got together with both sides of my family and my extended family, my aunts, uncles, cousins, that type of thing. So we would always go to the same places and it was like a set schedule every year. We never changed it up. And so my dad's parents lived very close to us, within 2 miles, more accurately about a half a mile, I believe. And so we went down to their house for Christmas Eve, I believe. It's been a long time. And so we would get one present there, and we would get a stocking. So when I was little, I never understood the whole stocking. Every stocking was different, and it was just the stocking you've gotten. However, I have now, become an adult, I guess. I don't consider myself adult, but I'm an adult. And with that, we get things passed along to us. So I got my stocking, and I pulled it out this year, and I saw how truly awesome it is. So my grandma was a knitter. Unfortunately, she didn't teach me how to knit, and she didn't knit very often. Knitting was kind of her second craft. She was a quilter, and that's what she did most of the time. But she knit each of us a stocking, and this was mine when I was growing up. I remember she always used to fill it with peanuts that were still in the husk, and so the bottom up to here was always peanuts. And so this is so awesome. It was knit, obviously, out of remnants, and she did, I think that she did striping on it. The purple is a variegated purple, and the cream is just a cream, and then that bright, it's like a hunter's orange. Like, it is bright, people. And I bet you this could fit a small person's foot. It's about a size 5, I think, sock. It's a worsted weight, and I can see that there was a hole in it at some point, and she mended it. I can also see her gusset, and how she made her increases. And I had never turned this sucker inside out in all the years I've had it. Not even when I was a little kid. No, well, I take that totally back. Oh my gosh, you guys. Proof that I've never turned it inside out. Look it. There's peanut husks in the bottom of it. Every year. Oh God, they're everywhere now. Okay. So let's turn it inside out and see this sucker. And what a sweet, I don't know, what a just such a sweet thing to do. She had a lot of grandkids. And for her to knit a stocking for each one is a miraculously sweet thing for her to do. And every single one was different. So, love it. This must be where I get my finishing from. She didn't weave in her ends. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I can see like right here, the stitches up here are falling out. I can see, yep, look at, she did stripe it because look at, then she did this white section and then she just carried down the purple yarn down the side to keep on knitting around. There's still more husk shells. She did a traditional gusset. Well, that's a lot of work for a stocking. Oh, she did, and see, she woven it in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's focusing. Don't focus. Focus on the sock. Okay. She did that. This is fabulous. That's awesome. I don't know what to say other than it's great. I think it's the little things in life, you know, when you're going as an adult, you never know what's going to stick with you. And you never know what's going to be important to you. Just one of those things that I'll always remember from when I was a kid. Kid at Christmas. And then the toe she did a rounded toe. And she did a set of 2 decreases. I don't knit a lot of socks, but I've never seen a sock toe like this. I actually like it quite a bit. It's very attractive looking. Both sides are mirrored, and what she did was, on the 2 sides of the foot, she had her selvage stitch, and then she did her decreases on 1 stitch in. So I betcha that's a normal toe, and I just don't know. Oh, you see, I do that, and that looks like a normal toe. So just a normal decrease toe. I don't know what I'm going to do with it now, but I'll do something with it. I love knitting. Okay. So there's that, people. I'm planning on hopefully busting out a few hats. I don't know if you guys will see them. Follow me on Instagram. I do post on Instagram regularly, or follow me on Facebook. I usually push my Instagram pictures to Facebook. And on Facebook is where we post all of the information for what's going on in the shop. We do update the shop every single Thursday with a new colorway or a new project. And let's talk about shop a little bit. So, did you guys know that every single zipper bag that we have, which is like a medium project bag, zipper bag, it can hold, I could knit a sweater out of it, like a fingering weight sweater, but it can hold, I would say 3 to 4 skeins of yarn. Has coordinating colors with it, and not like one coordinating color. Usually, many of them have 3, some of them have 8, so we couldn't fit them all in the pictures. But if you go to indiestring.com, every single one is going to have a shot with the skeins next to it, so you can see the skeins that match, and there is a description included as well. So you can have yarn and project bags that match. I love that. I love having stuff that matches. I also love painting my nails to match my yarn, but you know, for some people that's probably going a little far. What else have we got going on? I'm going to insert some pictures here and show you some of the new colorways. Since I only record every 2 weeks, there's going to be 2 or 3 new colorways that have gone up in the shop. Sorry, my computer keeps on wanting to restart. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to put up some pictures, some beautiful new colorways that we have that are truly magnificent, and I hope you guys like them. Give me some feedback. Tell me if you like them. Tell me what you don't like about them if you don't like them for some reason, and go check out the shop. There's wonderful things there, and I don't know. I just love yarn, so go see it and tell us what you think. I'm back. I hope you really enjoyed that, you guys. We're always thinking up new things to do, new things to go into and try, new colorways to round out our colorway list, and some other things. So if you guys want something and you've not seen it anywhere, or you love something or you hate something, you know, give us some feedback. Tell us what you want. We'd be happy to do so. Yeah. So Merry Christmas. Hopefully, you know, you guys will choose to celebrate your own Christmas with some indie string yarn and fiber. And so there's also on some of those big shawl bags in the shop as well right now. There's some unique one-of-a-kind, very large sweater or spinning bags in the shop as well. So there's always stuff there, you guys. There's always new products to be had. And so we're doing more one-offs and one-of-a-kinds in the last month of December. So go and check it out. We're hoping that, you know, you can see something that you'd like to give to somebody and no one else will ever have. So, all right. I forgot to show you guys what I got in the mail. So, what I received in the mail was my Fiber Hello Yarn. My Hello Yarn November 2014 shipment. This is Tahari wool top, and this is the colorway. It is called Bracken and Gorse. You know, that almost looks gray that on my monitor on my computer, but that is really a wonderful lavender. And so this is awesome, and I'm very excited. I'm spinning at a snail's pace. I told my husband all I wanted for Christmas this year is for him to fix my mini spinner. I'm having some issues. However, I believe that since I'm married to a robotical engineer who can build robots, he can fix it for me. So he hasn't even tried to look at it yet. Once he looks at it, if for some reason he cannot easily fix it, I think a wire is just jostled in it and it has to be resoldered, then I'm going to have to send it off to Hanson and get it fixed. But I would really love it so I can spin downstairs. The problem with my current setup is I have a yarn room and it's upstairs, and I love this room. Actually, it's where I go when I get really upset. But it's completely separated from my family, and so I don't want to miss spending time with my husband or my daughter because I'm upstairs in my yarn room on a consistent basis. Every now and then, you know, when I have to come up and wind yarn or I'm looking for a project, you know, that's fine. But my big spinning wheel, my matchless, is up here because I don't want anything to happen to it. I have a very tiny living room. It's tiny. It's tiny. It's got a couch and a chair in it and TV. I mean, it's small. It works for us. I don't need more than that. I don't want more than that. But there's really no good place to put my spinning wheel that's protected against 2 dogs and a kid. And so what continually happens, or would happen, is I think people would bump into it, would fall over, and I don't want to hurt it. So that's why I got the mini spinner. And now it's not working as well as it should. And I don't want to continue running it when it's not working well and just cause a major problem for myself. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what I get for Christmas. I hope everybody gets what they would like. The old adage is true. The older you get, the more things you want that money can't buy. So I have to really say to you guys, in this holiday season, you know, and Thanksgiving comes around and you're thankful for everything and you really look at what you have. And I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to have my family, so many people that I love and trust and love me back. I'm very lucky. I have good friends. But I have all of you guys, and I have this podcast, and I have Indie String, and it's really a dream come true for me to have what I have in my life and have the opportunity of Indie String. I'm doing the best that I can. I hope that you guys like it and love it, and everything in life just kind of seems to work out the way that it should. So hopefully I am going next year with Indie String and it's still going strong. But either way, I will podcast because I love reaching out to you guys and I love the connection that I feel. I'm so excited because guess what, you guys? For the first time ever, I am going to meet someone to knit. I've never met her before, and I'm super excited to actually go meet someone to knit. I've been looking for a knitting pal for many, many, many years, and I used to have a friend, a very good friend who introduced me to knitting, and we used to knit together every now and again. Even though we were very close, when we got together, we typically didn't knit, and so I'm really looking forward to trying to have a knitting friend. Not that you are all my knitting friends. However, a knitting friend in real life. I can only live vicariously through Instagram so much, and then kind of runs thin. What else is going on for the rants and raves? I mean, normal stuff. Got my Christmas tree up. I think my dogs are trying to knock it down and drive me crazy. It's raining here all the time, and it's dark and gloomy. I'm getting so tired. So tired because it's pitch black by 4 o'clock. And I'm exhausted. You know, got to know from school. People have pink eye yet again. Oh, wait, and now somebody has a lice. So, lice is like my kryptonite. I do not want lice in this house. Lice is the last thing that I want. Who would ever want lice, okay? And I know that it's not this kid's fault. And I don't blame the kid. I just really don't want my kid to get lice. So now I'm incessantly checking her head like every 20 minutes. And I know it's probably going to go away and I'll come down about it and check it once a day or once every other day to make sure she doesn't have lice. But yo, if there's lice in this house at Christmas, yeah. My doggie is doing better. She's doing okay. Still don't know what it is. No one knows what happened. But she seems to be doing better. She's had mild outbreaks, but I've been able to control them with Benadryl. And some of her fur is starting to grow back in some places. The places that went absolutely completely bald will stay bald on her. They're not going back. But some of them kind of started to fall out. They're like kind of like a guy who can't admit that he's going bald. You know, it's like really thin and sparse, and he just hasn't admitted defeat on the whole hair thing yet. That's what her head kind of looks like. But it's starting to grow back. It's kind of getting peach fuzz, so that's a really good sign. And she seems like she's in good spirits. She's acting like her old self. She is consistently eating again. And she started to play with her sister again. She is still sleeping a little bit more than she typically has in the past. But if that's all that happens from this, count my blessings. I can take her sleeping more. She's a handful. My daughter has been having troubles in school. What else every parent faces? Here's the problem. Maybe all you parents can tell me what I should do. My daughter she's in kindergarten. She's getting picked on. Every kid gets picked on. Every kid gets picked on. I got picked on. My husband got picked on. Everybody I have ever met, ever, has gotten picked on. You know, it's kind of just one of those things in life. You get picked on. But my daughter will not stand to be picked on. And so she is defending herself and she's getting in trouble. Now, there's two sides to every story. This is not my child is the victim. Okay? She needs to make better choices regarding her reactions to situations in which she feels threatened or she feels bullied in. Totally get that. But I have a really hard time that punishing my child and telling her that she's bad or on and on and on when she's defended herself. And I don't know, man. And it's not so much that that's what, and this isn't at school. This is basically like an after school. I was talking to the teachers about it, and she's got 2 new teachers there. And all of this started happening when they got rid of the male teacher. And it's all happening during gym class where they have a very nice teacher. However, she is 25 years older than the male teacher. And she's got to handle 25 kids at gym class. And she's just not as, it's the first time she's done it, she's just not as detailed. I don't know if she knows how to, if she's just turning her back. I don't know what's going on. But it consistently happens every few days. It's always in gym class. It's always with this one teacher that I think must be somewhat lenient or doesn't notice, because how can it continually happen in the same space? And not that they tell me what I should do, right? But I said, well, did she defend herself? And they like roll their eyes. They're like, well, she needs to make better choices. And I'm like, well, she's getting bullied and she's getting picked on. And you know this is happening, right? Can't you watch out for it to make sure it doesn't escalate into a situation? I don't know. I think it's just one of those things in life that's like just like a rock in a hard place. Like I'm just having a hard time knowing where the right path is. And I think hopefully it'll all just shake out. You know, they have a few-week break at Christmas where everybody's going to go their separate ways and everybody's going to just be away from each other for a while. We're halfway through the school year and hopefully it'll just shake out, because I'm like crossing my fingers that I'm halfway through the school year. I know. I'm so excited to be halfway done. And that's about it. I mean, you know, it doesn't sound like my life is that full. However, when I live it day to day, my goodness, I feel like it's so full. It's wonderfully full, and I'm wonderfully happy. I'm actually the happiest I've probably been in my adult life, but whew, there's only so much time in every day. So you guys, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. If you stuck to the end, I'm super proud of you, because that last little bit probably was uber boring. And have a happy holiday. Knit with some love, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.